Back to the action now, onto the next bout. George Ray taking on Ollie Ward.
Straight out the barrel here, pair of them. Right in front of us here against the cage.
Trying to grapevine that leg.
He's trying to work for a guillotine. It looks like he's trying to work there. Not quite got the other arm in to secure it though. A nice takedown.
Yeah, lovely take. And neck's in, but he can step over. The neck's pretty safe, really. He can also Von Flue from there as well. I've seen a Von Flue on here last night with the adults.
They try and turn him over here. I think he was trying to pull him over. Was the young lad here?
Yeah, steps over exactly like we thought he would. He can now start to push on that elbow, and oh, good work though to get out of that position. Be careful, there could be a potential buggy choke from there. And now he's slipped off. He's going to look for that triangle, and that triangle is pretty much on. Yeah, there we go. He's locked on. He can now start pulling that head. Referee's going to be all over this. The referee can see it's on. He will stop this fight.
If you can get that from mount, that would be very impressive.
He's still trying to come out of it. There is a little gap there, just to that left-hand side. There's a slight gap, but Nico Goju, he's all over this.
The legs have kind of dropped down a little bit.
Yeah,
he's trying to secure that more across the back of the neck.
So there's now still a gap there, but the cage is now stopping that leg to hook it up completely. Nico all over this one. Ten seconds left. Can he hang in there for 10 seconds? He's going to do everything he can. He's going to pull on that head and try and put him in a worse position, but that's the end of the round. And really, I tell you what, fantastic work though to stay in that, because that was really, really tight.
Yeah, he had a really good round there, did George Ray.
George Ray, another one.
Obviously, the fighting family from Mallorca.
Yeah, seen his sisters fight earlier on, and now it's his turn. Taking on Ollie Ward. Ollie Ward there, was in a really bad position then for quite some time in that round, really. Yeah. It was a really strong round for young George Ray.
Yeah, managed to overcome it and escape to the second round now, where we'll start back on the feet and see how things go. But there's definitely looks like there's more of a gap in the grappling between the two, the grappling talents between the two.
Into our second round. Big shout out to Live MMA, putting the action online for everyone to watch today. If you bought the pay-per-view, you can watch it from start to finish. Plenty more fights to come.
And what else better to do with your Sunday afternoon?
Exactly.
Straight out the back with a flying kick there. Pressure.
Good knee though down the middle
for George Ray.
And another kick there from Ray. He's got to watch that neck though. He's got to watch that neck.
Yeah.
Now that neck looks like it's quite tight, but the legs are already passed, so it should be okay. At this point, it should be all right, but can pass that neck. We've seen this similar in the last round. He's trying to push on that face, get that head out, and now he's looking to look for potentially an arm triangle here. Yeah, he looks like he's trying to set that up. Again, his legs are caught in though, so he's got to be careful. He's in that half guard at the minute. He'll need to try and get that pass.
Yeah, if he's going to try to utilise the cage there to come past, but not enough strength, not enough space to work it. George Ray constantly pushing down with that shoulder across the face. A little bit nasty work there.
Yeah, Ward trying to lift up to get that little bit of pressure on the neck here from Ray. Not allowing Ward to turn. Using that shoulder adjust this, which we've seen a couple of times today. Trying to get that pass through to the side control, which he's got there. Just dragged his leg back though.
And composure there from Ray.
It was, but it was also good composure from Ward to get that leg back in. He's still in a good position here, and this is he's going to pass that. the other side now, which is probably the best idea up against the cage. And now he can try and work on that neck. That's another solid round in the bank for George Ray.
Yeah, the grappling that him and his teammates have shown so far on tonight's show have been very, very impressive, and just seem to be a bit more leaps and bounds ahead of some of the competitors that they've come up against. Some prodigies, definitely, but Ollie has done well in avoiding any threatening positions, any
submissions really as well. Yeah,
changing positions.
Because you got to see there, and you know, he had that. He was looking for that head and arm sort of position at one point, and then he ended up stepping over to the other side to get the other half guard, and then that's where Ollie was like, okay, now I've got to be careful, and he sort of locked it down a little bit, so he couldn't move, so he couldn't get caught then. So good work, you know, real good understanding of his surroundings and what's going on. But George Ray just seems to be slightly ahead of the game for me on this one so far. 2 solid rounds.
Yeah, seconds out for our referee Nico Joker. We go for our 3rd round and our 2nd bout here in the early prelims. BMF in Barnley. Shout out to our sponsors: Live MMA, Total Trades, Excess Guard and 411. As this one gets underway again, and both men have the same idea and come sprinting towards each other. Yeah, a bit of a firefight here.
Did exactly what he did in the last round, but this time he's giving his back up. Real high back mount though. He's got that head caught in still on the other side. But once he pops that head out, he can be in a solid position here. Couple of shots there to try and soften him up, but he's really high. He's tripoding well. He's really high up on that mount, and he's done the right thing to drag on that head and to try and get him off that back.
Yeah, Ollie trying to turn the page here with the choke.
He's under that neck.
And he is grimacing on that choke. It looks pretty tight.
Yeah, he is under that neck. He's trying to fight for it.
Well done. But he's still secure underneath the neck.
If he goes that short choke, but
this would be a fantastic comeback for Ollie. Ollie, if he can secure this one, or for Ollie Ward. That looks pretty tight.
Yeah,
Nico's all over it.
Nico's got to be on this. Yeah, he got that attack. That is attack.
A fantastic comeback win.
Yeah, that was really good work. I mean, he's a bit shouty there. Is Ollie Ward. You know, I think he's just a little bit hyped up, but obviously we lost that first 2 rounds, come back and got that rear naked choke in the 3rd. Fantastic win and comeback. But commiserations to young George Ray, who had control of that fight, but like you see there on the replay, gets that rear naked choke, tightens it up really nicely. The first time Ray did a really good job of stripping the arms, but the second time it was too much, and he had that body lock in as well, and that was pretty much all she wrote. I'm going to go over to Saif Khan. He's going to make this one official.
Fighters to the center of the cage, please. Fighters to the center of the cage. Ladies and gentlemen, after 55 seconds of the 3rd round, your referee, Mr. Nico Joker, calls a stop to the fight, declaring your winner by rear naked choke, Ollie Ward. Please show your appreciation for George Ray.